What's up, brother?
How you doing, man?
Good. How are you, man?
Real good, real good. For a Thursday, anyways.
Yeah, right. Thursdays are our good days because none of us work, so it's all good.
That's good. That's good, man. Well,
yeah. I'm here with Mr. Judd Mason, who does our banjo playing. He's the co-writer for our song "Doin It Again," and then I'm also here with Comet Hunter, who is one of the founders of this band. He's one of the lead guitar players as well. So
cool. So
yeah.
So we can just jump right in and go, man.
Yeah.
And there's no rules here. You can talk about whatever you want, however you want. So
there you go. I'll just follow you, man. It's your show. I'm just along for the ride.
Cool, man. Well, it's good to hear from all you guys. You're one of our favorites when you come around the campground there. And to be honest, you're probably one of the reasons we decided, I don't know how many years ago, like, we're just going to stay at Sunny Hill all the time because you guys showed up. I can't remember what year they all sort of blend together, and just sort of ripped the roof off the place there, or the tent off the place back then. But
yeah, exactly. You know what's crazy about that too, man? That was one of the shows. It was just a stopping spot too, where we got to meet everybody over like this kind of the phone and stuff. But then we got there, we played like 3 nights before it in a row, and we were traveling. We were all just like exhausted, and then after we saw how the energy everyone had there, and like I said, it was a tent with a little bit of stage, and yeah, it was. We blew the roof off because we just got that second last wind, and we just tore it up. And it's one of those memories that it won't drop. I'm not just saying that because of the New York stuff. I really mean that, man. It was cool.
Well, that's awesome. Go ahead, Bob.
Definitely one of my favorite places to play. That's for sure.
Well, it's. For us, sometimes it's a struggle. Well, for me, I don't know if it's for everybody. I don't know if I'm speaking for the whole campground, because when the band starts at 8 o'clock, that's a long way from 9 o'clock in the morning when you usually get up on a Saturday. And by that time, I might not be completely, I don't know what to say, ready to go out.
Fit for public.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, exactly. So and my daughter was really little then too, and we wandered up there because her attention spans was tiny then. It still is. And so I just wandered up there just to kind of try and wear her out or something. And you guys were just killing it. So I went down. I'm like, somebody's got to watch this kid. I'm going back. It was it was the greatest thing ever. I loved it.
One thing about that first time we played too, man, like another just side story like that. I actually had a big part. I was part owner of a bar up here, about 40 miles west of Chicago. And we were starving, and they shut down the kitchen area. And little bit did we do, we went down there and went in the kitchen, and we made pizzas, like scratch pizzas, and we're cooking them for everybody. We were back there after we got done playing for so long. We're in there cooking pizza and cooking food for everybody, hanging out, drinking. And
that's Brandon awesome. Grabbed me and put me to work. He goes, "Hey, you work in a kitchen at your bar. Get down here." Next thing you know, I'm making like 35 cheese sticks.
Yeah, perfect. Big pizzas and cheese sticks.
Yeah. Is that in your guys' contracts that you will make food at the end of the show?
Oh yeah, for sure. Trust me, my second favorite thing to do besides playing music is eat. So
perfect. So I was looking. I guess they haven't released a schedule, but you guys are coming up July 3rd. I think is what I've heard or saw.
Yeah. We'll be back July 3rd for sure.
Start spreading that rumor.
Yeah, definitely spread that to everybody that is listening. Please let everybody know that we will be back, and we are, like we just talked about, we're a fun band, man. And it's from personal level to music and everything. Just we try to keep everything the most uplifting and happy we can, and like I said, which is always good to meet new people. So the more people that are out, better it is for the show, better for the outcome of everything, and better long-term memories,
This year is going to be the best one because we've been cooped up like animals in a cage all year. So this time we're coming with more energy than ever now.
Yep.
I can't wait to get back.
I feel like this is going to be a crazy year of I feel like as soon as like nice weather pops, there's going to be an explosion of like DUIs and pregnancies. Like it's just going to be like people are allowed out, just go crazy.
Well, yeah,
some at the same time, as weird as that is.
I'm going to think about it. I'm going to double my family size and my DUI size this year. I'm drinking, driving, and making babies the whole way to New York.
Well, could be worse things. I mean,
oh, that's phenomenal.
It could be worse.
Judd's going to be driving his own Ford Focus all the way down.
I'm going to get a school bus for my whole family, all my children.
Awesome.
That's perfect.
Oh, my goodness.
You can't throw a rock in a park without hitting one of my kids.
There you go. Around the country, that is.
Yeah.
Right. Any park, really any park.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's things like out there for you guys? You're in Illinois, right?
Yeah, we're about 40 miles west of Chicago. Yep.
So you guys are under the rule of that creepy ass looking mayor.
Oh, dude, we are under the clash of all the creepy looking people out this way, dude.
He's too fat to fit down the hallway of my dive bar to stop us from working.
Yeah, very true.
That bad. I see that Beetlejuice looking mayor, that Lightfoot lady on TV all the time.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck?
Mayor Lightfoot, or whatever her name is. I don't know, whatever she is.
She looks like a SNL character, like not even a real person. It's crazy.
She's a goon.
Yeah.
She looks like a Pokemon. Just a burnt one.
She sent a horse riding cowboy after us all. What was it?
Yeah.
The census cowboy.
Oh, it was the census cowboy. They sent her around Chicago. This black dude, and he's riding around this paint horse, and he would go around yelling at people. And that's a real thing.
And do you think that like they came up with that like stone sober, or they're just gacked out of their mind in the mayor's house? Like, dude, I got an idea.
Correct. They went to their grow tent in the basement of the municipal office, and they grabbed some and smoked up.
That's crazy.
There's lots of signs that weed is legal in the state now.
Yeah, right. My goodness.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they finally did it. Yep.
We live over here in the shitty part of the country where nobody believes in anything. Like, we believe in all the booze that can kill you in one night, but that's it. Like, you can poison yourself to death with any sort of thing that says alcohol on it. But God forbid you smoke anything other than maybe a cigarette that's not taxed. That's the other thing the Indian situation with cigarettes up here. They'll allow that too. But other than that, like, hell no. So
that's one thing they'll get you for, like, crazy up here, though, is they'll tax the living breaks off of marijuana for sure.
Really?
I'm talking like, what is it, 25% tax or 25, 26% tax on it? Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. I still get it the real way, underground.
Yeah. We still get it from our basement as well, you know.
the home stock.
Yeah, right.
I was over the weekend.
It doesn't matter how many rules they try and put out here. They shut our bars down, but we stayed open.
Yeah,
we said forget it, and the mayors, usually the mayors of the town, said forget it, and the cops don't mess with us or anything. Just left it all open.
You would have to be the biggest dick cop in the world to go in and shut down a bar or something like that. Especially, I get it if there was like people just butts to nuts all packed into the place, but like most bars, especially just regular ones, like, what are you doing? Like, just let people, if they want to be there, they want to be there. They're not being forced to go in anywhere.
That is true. What they did too for us, out here, a town that's a little more of the west area, so it's kind of more farmland.
It's all cornfields where we're at.
Yeah, it's all cornfield area. It's called Elburn, Illinois. They actually had a big event. One of the bars, it's called Eddie Goodell's in Elburn. They had a big show that was just us. We had a band open for us, and then we were the headliner for it. And I mean, I'm talking, I don't even know the number. There was so many people there. It was insane. And that was like in the middle of COVID, like middle endish kind of.
It was the first show we did back because I looked.
Yeah, it was our first show back. I was scared. I was scared that I wasn't going to remember anything. That's how fucking long. And it was insane. And we had it slam packed, and not one. There was cops protecting it. As much as that, it's crazy that sounds, you know.
But it was outside, and I remember looking at the bass player, and I said to Jason, I said, well, we're going to find out if you can catch this thing outside tonight.
Yeah, that's how crazy it was, man. So I totally understand that. Like you said, you know, there's a lot of people out there, you can't imagine them busting stuff up, and we had people protecting our own show, you know, so that's pretty cool.
That's real cool, man. Yeah, we've been like Pennsylvania. That's where I live. I'm across the border from New York. And it's the nuttiest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, everything's closed. You're not allowed to go into a restaurant. And if you do, you have to stand in the spot where there's an X, and then you're not, you know, and I've had a couple, like, and they've gotten a lot better. People are kind of just starting to ignore everything and be open. But I had a friend come up from Florida a couple weeks ago, and he's like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, everywhere I go, like, everybody has 3 masks on, and you have to stand in single file line, and you can't go in and sit down and have a hamburger. Like, this is ridiculous. It's just the nuttiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, that's what's happening with us right now that we're seeing. So we got Governor Blagojevich. No, Mayor Blagojevich. What is he? I don't even fucking know what he is. I don't care.
Oh, Blagojevich. He just got out of jail.
What's the hell's new name? What's Pritzker? See, this is how much I don't care about this stuff. I don't even know what fucking name. So Pritzker is our big fat guy. Him and Lightfoot were on the same page about shutting everything down in the city and, you know, moving outwards towards where we're at, this and that. And as soon as Joe Biden got elected in, which I'm not one way or the other, I'm not one of the guys that presses any issues like that or whatever, just so people do know that. It's as soon as the election was done, all of a sudden now Pritzker and Lightfoot went against each other. Now Lightfoot wants to open everything up, but Pritzker wants to block everything. So it's just right back to the start of like, okay, well, what are we doing? Because you both been on the same page for so long. And it's like a what the fuck moment. Like you just said, like, what are we supposed to do here? Because we're kind of screwed either way, you know?
I love that.
We just play music, damn it, and drink some beer.
Right. Well, my favorite thing through the whole COVID mess altogether was they closed all the restaurants and bars and because they didn't want people socializing and getting drunk and I don't know what. Then I guess you hug everybody then. And then all over our state, like all the distributors were setting records for the amount of alcohol they're selling. And people just quit going to bars and they would just gather in each other's garages or whatever, you know. It didn't stop anything, man. You know. So
I also work for for me personally, I work for Harley Davidson Motor Corporation as well. And at a little bit they kept with me for as long as they could, and then it was like a 2-month like layoff or what do you want to call it, or furloughed. And that's all we did, man. I had my meat smoker going 24/7. Everyone's coming over here drinking, playing beer pong in the kitchen. We just had a good time for a fucking good 2 months, you know.
I look back at that and like think that I should have took up some hobby. I should have learned how to play an instrument or started a company or read a book, even anything. But we just sat around every day and be like me and my neighbors, like, dude, do you think we're gonna fucking die? I don't know, man. Just cough that way, and we just every day.
Sirens just putting clover, just go to cover.
Yeah, like it was the perfect time to actually just buckle down and learn something. Nah, fuck it. We'll just sit around and drink beer.
Like I said, I smoked bologna. We smoked. There was some smoking weed. There was some smoked bologna. There was some smoked brisket, and there was a beer pong table going. That was about it.
Well, that's what else are you gonna do?
Oh. I guess you did take up a.
Oh, you're an idiot. Oh man. Oh, one of those Judd to Brandon sly comments.
Brandon perfected smoking bologna over that pandemic. I should have came over more.
Hey, just so you know, there's only gonna be 6 of us in New York this year.
Can't get rid of me. That's the problem. You make one song with me and you're stuck with me forever. Look what you did.
Oh, man.
Hey,
I got a question for you, man.
Go ahead, buddy.
Are you gonna be able to make it out July 3rd?
Hell yeah, buddy.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, man. That's really cool. I appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, like this year for us, we couldn't do anything. So I spent more time at camp this year, and all I did was like, oh, what am I going to do this weekend? And it's like, I probably can make my deck bigger over there and drink beer. So I just build more onto my deck. And
that's what we say about the bars we go to.
There's nothing to do. So yeah, I think next year, regardless of open, closed, COVID, no COVID, I really enjoyed that Wednesday through Sunday, sometimes Monday schedule I kept at camp this year. So I'm going to kind of try and do that again next year.
That's awesome, man.
But so you had a motorcycle accident here. Was it in November?
Yeah. So a lot of people, I don't know. A lot of Sunny Hill people saw and followed the story of it, but in the long term, your big overall view of it, it was a fatalic wreck, to be honest with you, and that's putting it lightly. So
he's a walking dead man.
It's literally when I tell the story from start to finish, it's absolutely insane. It doesn't make any sense. And even my neurologist, my Marion Joy physical therapy people, the heads can't explain it. I hit a fire hydrant at 100 miles an hour on my road glide Harley, and it launched me about 20 feet in the air and just about 200 feet forward, and I landed on my head and my neck without a helmet on.
So did the fire hydrant not stop at a stop sign, or what happened there?
You know what? There's a real exactly no shit. I'm so glad you made a joke with it. I love it. Hell yeah. So you know what's crazy? So it's just another side note of it. I'm taking complete blame on it because that's a road teed off. I'm taking complete aim on it, but there was another thing involved, another vehicle involved, which we didn't really it wasn't pressed for some reason. Long story short, but I was actually in a coma for all of November. And and life support and, you know, ventilators and stuff like that. And I did die on impact, and I was dead for about 4 minutes. I came back to life, and then they couldn't really get me resuscitated. I died a second time, and they couldn't get me resuscitated completely, so they gave me like a breathing tube. And I literally broke my skull from my right eyelid all the way back to my head and my neck. My collarbone broke in 2 or 3 spots. Both my hands broke, my lung collapsed, my ribs broke, my hip got broken, my lower back where your sacrum's at, that broke in 2 spots, which dislocated.
You actually broke your ass.
Broke my ass, yes. And then my right foot broke. The bike was totaled. I mean, it was absolutely brutal. And they told me that I absolutely, they're talking like 500% if that was real, should be dead.
Wow.
And or brain dead and or paralyzed from the waist down. If it was just a sliver longer where my back broke, I'd be paralyzed from the waist down. So it's one of those things where I had a meeting with them like a week ago, a week and a half ago. And they didn't even recognize me. My neurologist didn't even recognize what was going on because I was standing and I'm walking by myself. He's like, you should still be in a wheelchair and talking slow. He goes, this makes absolutely no sense.
No shit.
So it was brutal, man. And what's crazy, having a ventilator is supposed to destroy your vocal cords. Well, guess what? Here's another miracle. It actually made mine about 10 times better than it ever used to be. So I'm hitting octaves that I've never been able to sing before, which is cool.
Wow.
Hit his nuts so hard that he can actually sing higher now.
So you know what? I've always been an uplifting, happy person, to be honest. Like, even like I said, out at New York, just something as simple as like cooking for everybody afterwards. We're done playing show. Like, most people don't do that kind of stuff. I'm just a good timing person. And most people go through a really downward, dark depression area after they have a wreck like this. And it's taken my uplifting and happiness to a different level, which is good. And all the positive stuff that's come out of this, even as bad as it was, it's hard to explain. It really is.
So what's it like when you wake up from a coma? Like, that seems like a weird...
You know what's weird? So they expected me to be, the way the brain hemorrhaged and the way the bleeding happened, the way my skull cracked, and the way that so I had a break around my eyelid, my eye socket as well, that went into my nose and everything. And I busted all my front teeth out. They're gone. Now they're back. I got them redone. But I don't remember the first like 2 to 3 days after I came out of a coma and got brought back. But they were shocked, like my family and everything, that my humor was still the same, even though I don't remember any of this. And they had a guitar in my not my coma room, but my neurologist room. One of my acoustic, my main one. And there's a video that if, you go on Facebook, it's not on the 6-string one. It's on my personal one under Brandon Williams. If you can find that on the 6-string page. There's a video of me playing our song 2 Days Left in Austin. And I don't remember playing a single song ever. Like, I don't remember any of this. And there's a video of me looking like the Geico caveman, looking all busted up, like I just came out of a coma like I did.
I was prettier than him for like 5 days. So, Brian's cousin fixed your teeth. Who fixed your teeth?
Yeah, actually, the person that fixed my teeth was actually Tony Lavaca. He's actually the Chicago Blackhawks NHL, the hockey team.
Okay.
He's their dentist. He did those for me for free. He was phenomenal, man.
That's cool.
But yeah, dude, I was playing guitar within 3 days after coming out of a coma, and they just couldn't believe it. They're like, it doesn't make sense how you're the same person. And there's still stuff like tonight. Actually, we were actually just sitting here, me, Judd, and Comet, playing through some of our original songs, playing through some cover stuff, just jamming a little bit together because, I have time right now as well, not working. I'm not going to be going back to work for a couple of months. So I'm trying to remember all that stuff. And like I said, the whole thing has just been such a roller coaster, man. And it's one of those things where the quote, life is short, is so cliche, but it is so true, because I took that Harley out it was a 10-minute ride, and
it was the last nice day of the year.
It was the last nice day of the year. It was November 8th, and it was 8:00 at night, and I went it was one big square that brought me back to the Harley dealership to put the bike away and grab my Jeep, and I made it halfway and then died and then was in a coma for a month, so it's crazy that if anybody gets anything out of the story, man, it's honest to God, life is seriously too short, and you never, ever, ever can ever understand or even try to guess, what could or could not happen, because I was completely fine. And then 10 minutes later, I'm dead, Thank God I got brought back to life. I'm happy about that. Don't get me wrong. Above that is the best grass to be on.
It kind of makes you a god now, right?
Yeah, you didn't have any one of those like see the light experiences and
Dude,
visit.
nothing. My brain deleted. So November 8th was my wreck. My brain deleted all day of November 7th, all the way up to December 3rd. Everything is completely deleted in my head.
You didn't miss shit, by the way. Nothing.
You know what I missed? I missed fucking Thanksgiving. That's about it.
I told you know, like you were dead for a month and the Bears didn't win a game the whole month.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I didn't. No. I'll tell you what, though. One thing I do got to say, though, because of, everybody, fan base wise too. I got a bunch of friends and family that were obviously worried, and it did destroy a lot of people in an amount that I couldn't have expected. But the other side of this too, people that are listening on our fan base area, we've had people from example, like New York's a great example. New York, Nebraska, Colorado, Oklahoma, Texas. We've had people all over that reached out to me that didn't have to go out of their way to reach out to me and tell me that they're thinking of me or praying for me, or they had groups about stuff like that, or buying, or, putting towards a benefit. And nobody will understand unless you've been through a wreck like that and you've had the same thing. No one will understand how much it truly means to me. And I have to, honest to God, from my bottom of my heart, have to thank everybody, especially from New York, because they've all been always cool to me. I got to say thank you from the absolute bottom of my heart that you guys reached out and actually made me know that you were supporting me, because it really did help me a lot. And I mean that. That's not just a bullshit thing. I promise I mean that a lot. So hopefully everyone can understand that too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And when you people from New York come to Illinois, just watch out for those dangerous red fire hydrants because they don't know how to drive.
Right. Just pulling out in front of people everywhere.
This motherfucker tried to jump the Fox River.
Yeah. You know what's crazy about that too? So long story short, I hit a fire hydrant, right? That thing went about 50 feet after I hit it. And I know somebody that works for the fire department here, not saying names, long story short, but the fire hydrant that about took my life is in my garage right now. So that's kind of cool too.
Sweet. So was it like the TV thing where like there's a geyser of water coming out of the street where it was? And
you know what? No, I hit it so hard that it bent the post coming out of the ground, and it blocked it off, and it shot the whole top off about 40 to 50 feet. Yeah.
Wow.
The bike is disgusting. The bike's 900 pounds, and it flew 20 feet in the air, about 70 degrees aside from me, when it crossed the road and landed, and then flipped a few times, went into the bushes. That's pretty cool.
So are you going to be a motorcycle rider in the future, or what's your feelings there?
Yeah. So I started racing, like legit racing motocross for KTM when I was 6 years old. And I've had a motorcycle bike.
You have all the things. You're a good looking fellow. You can sing. You're pretty much immortal, and you're a motocross racer. Like, quit rubbing it in. All of us fat corn-fed dudes feel bad.
Oh fuck, that's phenomenal. You know what? You know what it is? I think it's like when you go to a casino and you start playing like blackjack or something, you do the right thing, and you feel really good about yourself.
Right.
That's happened to me my entire life. I don't know what it is.
I'm fucking tired. I don't like a hillbilly with fucking nice teeth, then he loses his teeth and he gets nicer teeth back. I don't like this fucking guy.
Got an upgrade. He can sing better and his teeth are straighter.
Yeah. Hey, I got a second chance in life. I got to be a dick sometimes.
Yeah. He came back smarter, a better dick, and a way better bologna smoker.
Right. And if you probably sat around like, if I could change anything, I got a second chance, what would I do better? And you're like, my teeth. I'd get better teeth.
Yeah. I my teeth with the Chicago Blackhawks in it. Yeah, that's all I need.
So
you know what I said? I said I got to get my teeth done because I'm really tired of looking like a goddamn muppet and talking like Mike Tyson. I'll tell you that.
So you look like Count Chocula.
You started to say you were racing motocross at a young age. You said.
Yeah, so I started racing for KTM when I was 6 years old, and I raced my whole life until I literally went to football for full time. And then after that, this band, me and Tommy Gleason, the other lead guitar player, we started playing together when we were 11 years old. And Tommy's dad was a professional player, and he's opened for multiple big bands in the late 70s, early 80s. And me and Tommy just figured out that, I wrote songs, and Tommy helped that part. And I was the singer, originally from Oklahoma, and Tommy is originally from Wisconsin. We both ended up in St. Charles, Illinois, And we put that together. And then after high school, it literally just snowballed into this big thing. And then we got signed for 4 years, and that's what really took us on full tour with the tour bus and everything going on. And then after that kind of ended, long story. I needed a normal job. And one of my next thing, I went back to the two-wheeled power sports, and I ended up back at Harley, and we're still playing, obviously going to New York and everything like that. And now our next step, adjusting from that previous conversation, is where we need more. We got 3 albums out of Nashville right now, and we're working on the upcoming stuff to release. And it's going to be a really cool mix of originals with a couple cover stuff, but our own versions of it. And I'm really looking forward to everyone hearing our new music for sure. We got a really, really good lineup. I mean that too. We got one of our songs we're going to be releasing is Tulsa Time by Don Williams in an own version. It's going to be kick ass, So
I like that song. So how, just out of curiosity, because I like music, but I don't know shit about music.
Me either.
Professionally. Like how are not a couple of your songs on the radio somewhere at least? I mean, I'm sure you guys probably get some local play, but the Doing It Again song, that is like, as soon as you hear that song, we play it all the time. Like it's our favorite get drunk and sing along song. And it's a lot of people. It sounds like a radio song. Like it has the quality of a radio song, and I'm constantly amazed that and when you play it, people are like, I've never heard this before. What is this on the radio? Like, no, but it should be. Like, why the hell is it not?
So one of it, to be very honest with you, dude. So this is really, really honest, and I know this is going to be aired. I know people are going to listen to this, and it's just honest. I don't
nobody listens to this. It's just you and me.
Oh, whatever. Yeah. Just like I don't have fake teeth. Come on. So, to be honest with you, like for real, the reason that song specifically ain't on the radio and some of our other stuff is because the stuff that is on the radio right now is 100% bought out. You got to have $1 million to $2 million with a backing to be able to get your stuff on the radio without a question. And that is as blunt as I can be. That's just the solid fact. You think Kane Brown went on the road for fucking 10 years like we have and done the same amount that we had? Absolutely not. He had a following on YouTube, got a huge $1 million backer, and they put him on the first show he ever played live was in front of Florida Georgia Line with 20,000 people, whatever it was. You can't, it's just the truth of it.
Right.
And to me, it gives me a little bit more faith in what we're doing because we're not that sellout bullshit. And we're just we're genuine, real people we'll make a damn pizza for you after we get done playing kind of thing,
And probably to get those contracts, you'd have to pretty much sell your soul and give up everything, really.
You got to listen. You have to listen to exactly what they want you to do. And like, for example, here's a great example, and everyone can look this up. Look up Florida Georgia Line, and if it's still available, look up their very first EP. Okay, so like a 6-song track, just like our albums are. You listen to those 6 songs of their very first EP; they're phenomenal. Then you look at what Florida Georgia Line's at now.
Didn't even good.
Then you look at what they're doing now, and it's complete bullshit. And that's just the truth of it. I'm sure they're great guys. I'm not a weird guy like that tries to dumb down people. But the shit that they put out now is nothing like their very first EP. It's just not. And I never want to have to do that. And plus, I didn't have someone come to me and want to throw a suitcase of $1,000 or $1 million in front of my face and go, hey, you can take half of this if you want to listen to me for the next 4 years. We got signed in a good way that helped us out and didn't screw us. And that's why we're where we're at. And I'd rather take the thought process into putting them into the songs and the lyrics and having people, exactly like we just said, everybody loves this song. It's a jam. The reason they did that is because it took me and Judd sitting there writing that song for a year and a half in a little dirty dive bar to put that song out. And that's why people really enjoy it, because it's genuine and it's real.
Right. The other thing that makes me a little bit crazy when you talk about Florida Georgia Line, I put most of their music in the same category as the Macarena, and I fucking don't like the Macarena. I would never play it, but if it comes on, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to tap my foot to this. Like, you just know it. It's like manufactured to make you tap your toe to it. It's not good. It just has a good rhythm or something to it.
It's like Kane Brown kills me, and Kane Brown is the same concept as them. You know what? And here's the reason why. So if you listen to our albums, okay, and this is the truth. Like I said, not an arrogant statement, nothing like that whatsoever. But if you listen to our albums and you listen to us live, the band sounds the exact same, and my vocals sound the exact same as you hear on the record.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you listen to Kane Brown's record and you go and listen to Kane Brown live, he's playing acoustic, which I don't even know if he can fucking play acoustic or not. It sounds complete different. It sounds like bullshit when he plays live, and I can't stand that. I can't. If you're not talented live based on what you've recorded and vice versa, and they don't sound the exact same, then you have no time. I just don't understand. Be a talented person to make the money that you should be making instead of dogging everybody else that's around you. It bugs me, man. It's, yeah. I put too much time into this kind of stuff to have some of these clowns that are just sitting there doing acoustic or not acoustic, but a karaoke versions of songs online and making multi-millions. It's crazy to me.
It's all mixed in the studio and affected.
Exactly.
There's nothing worse than when you go to a concert and you're really excited to see somebody and they start singing and you're like, is that the guy? Because I don't think that's the guy. It doesn't even sound like the guy.
You know who did that to me? I went and saw Joe Diffie, Tracy Lawrence, and John Michael Montgomery. And John Michael Montgomery destroyed the entire show.
Destroyed it good or destroyed it bad?
Bad. God awful. Destroyed the whole show. It was Joe Diffie first, then John Michael came up. Literally, I'm not exaggerating, over half the people that were in, it was the Chicago, what's that venue in Chicago? The big one. It's closed down now.
There's a couple. I don't know.
It's closed. Anyway, the John Michael Montgomery came second, and over half the place left. We stood front. We waited because I'm like, I'm still seeing Tracy Lawrence. We stood front row for Tracy Lawrence, and he killed it. But John Michael Montgomery is exactly what you just said. I was like, I can't believe this guy is like, how the hell did he make that? If this is what he's like. He played guitar better than me though, still. So I'll give him that.
That ain't
the last
Joe ran the 3 chords, and then he's for the beautiful voice and the beautiful looks. You know, that's what he's for. Right?
And I can make a good pizza at Sunny Hill.
That's all that matters, man. My daughter for her birthday wanted to go see Blake Shelton, so we went down and saw Blake Shelton in Pittsburgh. And
he's another boy.
He was with Trace Atkins, John Anderson, and the Bellamy Brothers.
Yeah, there you go.
John Anderson, I felt bad for. Like they pretty much pulled him out on like a little cart and just dumped him on the stage, and he quivered through a few songs, and it's like, oh, that's sad. But the Bellamy Brothers came out and sounded just like any 8-track tape you ever heard them on, ever, you know? Like those dudes just killed it. Yeah, I was really surprised. Trace Atkins, not so much. I like Trace Atkins, but he was a little rough.
He's a rough drunk.
Yeah. But you're expecting, because my daughter's looking at me like, this doesn't sound like TV. Yeah, that sometimes happens.
Hey, that's how we're real people. That's what happens.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. Through the whole COVID, were you guys still allowed to play anywhere, or were you kind of just stuck at home, or what was the...
That's the one album show.
No, I think what did we do? Through most of
the stuff canceled. We did a couple of online shows from my living room and broadcast those. We did some outside stuff in the summertime, a couple beer gardens, but it was all small stuff. We were kind of on the beer gardens and backyards tour.
Yeah. You get like one a month instead of playing, 4 times a week. It was like
it was a lot fewer gigs, and they were mainly acoustic in a beer garden.
We had some really fun gigs this year. It just wasn't enough, not like normal.
So do you guys normally play music as a full-time gig, or is it like a half and half thing, or when there's not a national pandemic killing all the old people?
I have to work in a bar to feed all these children I've made, because being drunk at Turtle is really tough.
And he's not talking about me that he has to feed. His real family.
Yeah. I put 3 more females on this planet, and I got to feed them.
The 4th female, apparently.
Yeah, you're my little son that I have to raise once in a while.
Just discipline. So literally, we were doing. I mean, we were doing music full time for 4 or 5 years, and like I said, just there's stuff that happens in the circuit that you're in of personal relationship stuff that like I said led me to working for Harley Davidson Motor Corp. But that's other topics. But I work for Harley Davidson. I actually Fox for Harley Davidson in St. Charles, Illinois. We're part of the Milwaukee Harley stuff as well. And that's where I'm at right now. And that's my love, during the week. And then, the show time is a different aspect, so.
I pick up shifts at a beautiful dive bar called the Full Moon in Batavia, Illinois.
That's where Doin It Again was written.
Yeah, we wrote Doing It Again in that little dark bar. And if you're ever around here, you should come visit me. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, that's what I do. And then we go play music all weekend. And
sweet.
And
is the Full Moon just a bar, or do we have dancers there? Because that name could go either way.
Well, no, yeah.
It depends on the night. It depends on their glitter.
There's always someone dancing by the end of the night. We're open till the county shuts us off. 365 days a year, open till 2 a.m. because even on Christmas and stuff, for people that can't stand their family anymore,
Right.
got to come in. And yeah, there's dancers. Usually lots of lap dancing and.
As I said, it depends on the glitter.
No. It's a beautiful little hometown bar.
I like it. Might have to make a trip someday.
Absolutely.
If you fly out here, I'm going to tell you right now, dude. You come out here. I got a big enough house here. We got multiple rooms. You can stay here for free. And I'll show you all the nice bar hopping spots we got out here for sure.
All right, I'll be there Tuesday.
Hey, bring it. Hey, I got nothing better to do than physical therapy right now, so bring it on, homeboy.
We got the Moon, and then we'll go to the 7 a.m. bar in the morning, get breakfast and more vodka.
Yeah.
Seems perfect. Seems perfect.
Hey, we're the most welcoming fucking family you fucking find, brother.
I always like when people are like, come anytime. And it's like, I'll be there Monday, fucker.
Yeah.
And then they're kind of like, well, I don't mean like that quick.
And be careful, because we've got space, and we will bring you out here and ruin your life.
I do have a question for you as a obviously what's the word I want to say, an authorized spokesperson for Harley.
Yeah.
What the fuck's with that electric bike?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, because I'm actually the head and the face for that bike for our network for the store.
Oh no!
I'm gonna tell you what. It's not a touring bike by any means. Okay, that's where people get lost with it. It'll go with a full charge, 140 miles. But I'll tell you what, from 0 to 80, you don't have to shift. There's no clutch. It's like a fucking moped. You slam in the gas,
goes.
you're gone. And I'll tell you what, I did 0 to 80 in 3.6 seconds on it, without the front tire lifting and the back tire spinning. That's how fucking phenomenal that bike is.
So it's balanced out real nice.
Perfect. It's unbelievable. Now it will charge you $30,000, but it's unbelievable. It's wicked, man. I'll tell you.
So do you have people lining up for that, or is it? Because when I saw them release it, I'm like, could you? I don't know that I'd call it a Harley if it was me, but I don't know.
It looks like a Ducati Monster is what it looks like. But it's a Harley, dude, and it's just one of those things where you look at the networks of cars, right? Over the last 12 years, there's so many car dealerships or car networks that have gone electric, and then bikes are going to start going electric as well. It's the same scenario, just a longer term. And Harley jumped on it fast enough where they're beating out the other company that's really in competition with them is a company called Zero Motorcycles, and they don't hold a flame to this bike that Harley came out with. And it's just something that I tell everybody, come in, ride the thing, because if you ride it, then you'll never say another bad thing about it. And that's coming from me that's ridden dirt bikes. I like real dog Harleys. It's not I'm not riding like, an electric glide, that's all stock boring. The stuff that I ride is monstrous, and I rode that thing, and it is absolutely phenomenal. And that's the truth. Like, I'm not even trying to sell a bike right now.
It doesn't sound like it. No, but it just blew my mind.
Get a chance to test ride it, do it.
How long can you ride on it? It just seems like does it have a good range?
Vodka. Oh, did he go? Lost him?
Are you there, brother?
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, cool. No, it went really blank for a second. I was like, wait a minute.
I didn't know if you disappeared. It's starting to kick in.
I might I might have bumped the phone. I think the cable going into the phone is a little sketchy, but
Oh, that's all right.
We'll forgive you.
Well, thanks, fellas.
That's awesome.
We're all about forgiveness in this band. I call it Monday Morning Apologies with Judd, where I just apologize over the weekend.
He's got a podcast that he's got like 1 or 2 viewers depending on the week.
Live podcast, just me in front of everybody at the bar.
It's just a Facebook Live. He's sitting there naked in his bed talking to people.
That sounds like that? What is that? The Only Friends or something like that? Is that what that is? Or
yeah, OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Yes,
for sure.
I mean, I do have some pornos called Judd Does Kane County if you want to see them.
You're an idiot.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to promote this show. They fucked that up.
Well.
Oh man.
The worst part about apologizing on Monday is you always feel worse about it than the situation usually really is. Like you wake up and you start to feel a little better and you're like, fuck, I can't believe I did whatever. And then you finally work up the courage to go be like, hey, so the other night, when I had my dick out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You said, "Man, I shouldn't have done that." And I was gonna say, well, in Judd's case, he's like, "Wow, I shouldn't have done her."
Sorry, my dick was out, but you're welcome. That's my advice. Sorry, my dick was out, but you're welcome.
That's awesome. Oh no. Oh, hey, you know what? Can we just figure out how to just like spin our calendar really fast forward so tomorrow we're leaving for New York or what?
Dude, I can't wait. I'm so sick of cold and shit and looking at my wife and just being stuck inside.
Today, dude, it's been snowing like crazy. It's been brutal here. It's been fucking freezing. It's like,
whatever. It's a high of 10. It could be worse.
Oh,
it could be 5.
That's great. Your daughter's like high of 10. 10 years old.
My daughter's 10 and she's high. I gotta go home and fucking I'm not putting up with this shit. You are not smoking weed till you're 11, like I did.
We have rules.
There's rules.
Yeah, right.
God damn it.
That's awesome.
I do have a request from you guys.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
Could you guys write me like a 20-second jingle? I'd pay you for it. Whatever. For the beginning of the show. Because I'm having a real problem. I found some music that I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. So I bought it off of Adobe Music or one of those weird things. But when I upload the podcast to YouTube, it says, somebody else owns this. And I'm like, here's the paper that says I own it. And then they're like, no, fuck you, still no. So
you know what you should do?
Yeah, I'm in. Let's do it.
Well, I was like, you know what you should do? We should try. So at the very beginning of Doing It Again, it's got that old like record sounding like chorus.
Yeah.
You should fucking take that thing and make that your intro. We'll just give the okay.
Well, and then let's make a little intro for the show.
Well, we can do that too, but he's okay to use it Doing It Again.
Oh yeah,
until we get a great one written.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be cool.
That's awesome. What I'm really hoping for now, and this is just selfish on my part, is to get famous by proxy. So in like 15 years, when you guys blow up and you're famous, there's a giant lawsuit and they're like, this fucking idiot with a podcast keeps playing our intro music and we're suing him for that. And then I somehow get famous, just kind of off to the side, just be like, for scamming your music. So that's kind of where I want it. That's my dreams.
Hey, I'm cool with that.
You can have it.
How about this?
I don't believe in the court system.
Because I know this is recorded. It's going to be saved forever. It's going to be promoted forever. You have access to all of our songs right now. You'll never get for any of them.
My podcast is now just me playing your song every night.
I will take that because there's going to be royalties coming in somewhere with that for sure.
I should hope. Oh shit.
Oh man, the only thing I haven't returned for you besides giving the song for your show is I'll make you a pizza.
Dude, I'm in. One of those like 2:00 morning pizza. You never had better ones. That's the best time to have any food.
The last time we did that, we actually murdered it. We actually really made a good pizza. For real.
We were really good cooks.
It actually, Wayne was like, dude, you guys were really good at this.
I'm still waiting.
Hell yeah.
I want my check for my hourly. I don't know what they cook.
That's awesome.
Dude, if you just hang in there, like, I don't know. I've been watching. I don't understand it all, but I think you can make $15 an hour making pizzas now. The minimum wage is on its way up.
Hey, we got $15 an hour here in Chicago.
Is it really?
Yeah, they bumped it up.
Oh fuck, man.
Yeah, you can go to McDonald's and fucking hit a cashier fucking button and you make it $15 an hour. Yeah.
Righteous bucks.
Hey,
better in Oklahoma. That's why I moved to Illinois.
They do. Arby's does do great jobs with my mini sliders, so they deserve that $15.
Hey, here's a fun fact for everybody that does know our band. If you'd like to know some personal information on us, when we are on tour, quote unquote, whether it be in a band, trailer, or with a bus, or with a band bus with a trailer, and or with the motorhome, our biggest stop of all time is Arby's all the time. We get Arby's mini dollar sliders, whether it be
Arby's, White Castle.
Dude, yeah, unbelievable. And if I pass this is Brandon, if I pass a Casey's Pizza, I do stop in there. We top off on gas, and every single Casey's gas station, I do go in and I buy a piece of pizza because it's the best pizza on the planet. So if everyone
best
cares,
pizza on the planet, best gas station pizza.
No, it's the best pizza on the planet. Don't you belittle me.
This guy eats mayonnaise on his hot dogs in gas stations.
I put mayonnaise on hot dogs, French fries, burgers, bologna sandwiches, turkey sandwiches.
You are extra cracker white.
That's a different level there. I don't know.
Yeah.
When if he ever gets over 30,
Hey, you want to know? You want to
catch up to him.
To be honest, you want to know why we've been the same group? We've had the same group of guys for about 8 years in this band, and everything you're hearing us talk and converse back and forth with right now is exactly why we have. And I can say this being the lead singer, we have the best group of guys. In my personal opinion, and playing style when it comes to personal. Outlooks, when it comes to personalities, we have the best group of guys ever, and everybody that gets to see our show and gets to talk to us afterwards understands that we literally just respect the living breaks off each other, and it's the truth. So if you're hearing this, you've never seen our show, come out and see our show. You can talk to any single person in the band and you'll understand that what I'm talking about and how I really mean this. And it's a very, very, very proud moment every interview we've ever done to be able to say that, because I really respect my guys more than anything ever. So,
and the hand jobs.
That was very sentimental. I love you, brother.
Right. I mean, a hand job never hurts anything. I mean, it helps everything along.
Say that again, brother.
I said a hand job never hurts anything.
Hey, it could hurt somebody. It depends on who you are.
No, upside down Western grip. It's great.
What the? Oh my goodness! I had a really nice, heartfelt statement. I got broken up by a damn hand job moment.
I'm an awful human being.
I got a hand job moment. My pants are up. What are you doing?
So how long have you guys been playing together?
It's been about 8-9 years.
Yeah. And does it?
It'll be 10 this year. Yeah, 10 in August.
So is it all the original people, or did you make a couple trades here and there?
So me, the only people that weren't in this band at the very beginning were me and my buddy Tommy Gleason that I told you about. We met when we were playing football. Me and him started this with a third person named Jim Lynch, who's a phenomenal player too. He was out of the band now. He's doing his own thing with his business. Got married, stuff like that. And then we do have a different bass player right now. But I'm still friends with our ex bass player, Artie. So everybody's still in the same network, but overall, without getting to other really long-term discussions, it is the same band. Yeah. I mean, for such a majority of it, yeah.
They were lucky enough to find me 6, 7.
You know what's crazy? So me and Judd Mason, we our band, Six String Crossings fan base, we had a really growing big fan base. And Judd Mason, he has his own album as well, and he had a big fan base. The fan bases started talking with each other so damn much that it literally forced me and Judd upon ourselves to meet each other. And that's why we wrote the song Doing It Again together, because our fan bases kept fucking pushing both sides of that.
That's cool.
And we wrote Doing It Again, and we went to fucking Nashville and recorded the album. And while we were there, it was the 6th song we recorded. We weren't sure if we were going to put it on the album or not, and we did it. Long story short, after 3 days of recording it, mixing, mastering, vocals, background vocals, whatever, we put it on there, and we were still like, man, I don't know if this is gonna go well, but let's put it on the album, and it ended up being the best song we've ever recorded. And it's unbelievable, dude. It literally sounds like a movie. It's ridiculous. If I went into the full story, but yeah, man, the music industry is one of the best industries on the planet, but it also is one of the most cutthroat industries on the planet. But I'll tell you what, you will meet the coolest people, some of the most genuine people in my own experience, most genuine people, best players. And fuck, I mean, I'm getting married this year, on August 21st. And, between my two brothers are standing up and my entire band. I got 9 or 10 people standing up. All my band players or bandmates are going to be standing up at my wedding. And that should show you something that, of all the people that I do know as a person, I'm having all my band members stand up because they've been the most legit, honest, genuine people I've ever met my entire life. So that's the real talk from.
How many people get to make speeches? Because
anybody who wants.
If you're brave enough to give me a microphone,
I will. 100% will. Hey, 100% I will.
Comic space.
100%.
All right, you asked for it.
Cheers.
You're gonna have to live stream that. I'd really like to see.
Hey, you just send me.
If
you send me your address, I'll send you an invite. You fly out. You got a house to stay in. You got a wedding to go to. So
you got a wedding to crash.
Like this is 2 times now. You're gonna have a real Uncle Buck moment here coming up pretty quick.
We are the most open, welcoming people on the planet. That ain't a joke.
We're a loving, hugging kind of cult.
Me too.
Yeah.
He's minusing the hand job. Apparently.
We're folk singers from Reno, Nevada.
Oh, that's me up.
Yeah, the hand jobs. Are you a married fella? Do we have to get your wife a hand job too? It doesn't.
Oh my goodness.
I am a married fella, and my wife's really not into hand jobs either way, really.
Giving or receiving.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. Like I thought, when we first met, I'm like, here's somebody that's got to be into hand jobs, and turns out no.
Our next shirt's going to say 6-string crossing, and across the back, as in numbers and like the last name, like football jerseys are, it's going to say no jobs, 0-0.
Beautiful. My favorite shirt is the shirt you have in the Doing It Again video. It says, I know I'm going to say it wrong, but I think it says putting the O back in country.
Put the O back in C-U-N-T-R-Y.
That made me laugh. Good
Hey,
stuff.
you know where that shirt came from?
No.
So we opened for Jamie Johnson and Shooter Jennings, and Shooter Jennings made that shirt. It's a Shooter Jennings shirt.
Is it?
He's the one that actually put that off. Yeah, you can order that offline, and he put it in. Obviously, take the O, put the O back in country so that it's not country. Quote unquote. I don't know.
Yes.
And that's a Shooter Jennings tag, man. I needed to wear that so people understood where we're coming from.
I like it.
That's awesome. I'm so glad that you realized what that shirt said, because I've never had a single fucking person tell me that they understood what that shirt meant.
When are we going to get paid for this? On the record, George Jones sings on that song. Put the O back in country.
Yeah.
And at the very end of it, listen to that track. It's on Shooter's record, and George Jones is on there. And he's like, "Well, that's pretty good, but when are we going to get paid for this?"
Yeah. Awesome.
Oh, that's great. Well, boys, we have rambled on for a bit here, and
Hell yeah.
I'm willing to go as long as you guys want to go. If you had something else you wanted to bring up about whatever, it doesn't matter to me. But I also don't want to keep you guys all night. I don't know if you had some hand jobs you scheduled later or what you had going on.
I do have a hand job for my wife coming.
Oh my God!
So we need to know where Judd is sleeping in Sunny Hill. So whose trailer is housing Judd?
Yeah. What chocolate truck is he sleeping in?
I think I'm actually bringing my wife to Sunny Hill this year, maybe. I don't know. So, like, if there's like an orgy trailer or whatever.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Hey, real quick,
before
I'll look into it.
Before we get to like sidetracked, I really do just want to say, everybody that will be at our show from Sunny Hill, we also do play the Turning Stone Casino. That's not booked yet or anything like that. But I'm saying we went from Turning Stone to Sunny Hill the past couple times. And, you know, anybody that's at Sunny Hill that's listening to this, please come out to Sunny Hill. You guys will be allowed in. It's a great stage. There's a great sound guy, Fuzzy, that is absolutely phenomenal. It's one of those parties that you get to come to that is not, it looks like it should be a music video, and it's not. We just came out to have a really good time. And Brian Fagan with Grace Musicians Group has been one of my really, really, really good buddies since the very beginning of this. Not just because of booking shows and anything like that. After my wreck, everything, Brian Fagan's actually one of the first people that I called after I got released from the hospital. And there's so many different aspects of this, but I need you all to know you guys are more than welcome to come out to see us July 3rd. We're going to be there. We're excited to play. We're excited to see you guys. We're excited to play our new music. And you know what? If they still got that fucking kitchen, we're going to be making pizza. So we'll be in After Park at Pizza.
Well, last time they were building that pizza oven out by
I was just going to say, I think,
brick oven out there.
yeah, they have this brick house thing right off the left of the stage or off of the pavilion or whatever you want to call that thing. And so, yeah, it's usually cranking. And I think you might have gave Wayne an idea that after you guys probably made so many pizzas that night, Wayne's like, shit, dude, we got to do this every week.
I was literally mixing. I was taking sticks of butter and fucking microwaving them and making them butterized, like melted down with fucking salt, pepper, garlic, everything. And I was basting the crust, then putting cheese on it with pepperoni, just cooking them, like flipping them and shit. It was ridiculous, brother. I looked like Little Caesar, but not Little Caesar. I was Little Brandon.
Little Caesar with pepperoni nipples.
But for real, guys, in all reality, that's the last thing I got. Just please come out, come hang out with us. We're just excited to see everybody.
We're going to play that Yoakum song, Little Caesar.
Little Caesar, don't you? Yeah, that's right. No, but, and hey, I got to say thank you too, again, to Brian Fagan for hooking us up and talking. And hey, you know what? Talking to you one-on-one here, you've been an awesome dude, man. We've done some interviews where people are very awkward and just a different level than we are, and you're on the same level. You're phenomenal, man.
Dude, I can't stand when you listen to like a regular radio, and I realize that they probably can't talk about hand jobs and say fuck every once in a while, but.
Hey, we usually don't. Let's judge here.
Well, it's all the interviews are so bad. They're like, so you guys are playing Thursday night. Okay, and then it's just this. Just people don't talk like that in normal life. They don't have regular conversations that sound like that. Drives me nuts. But glad we can do this. Makes me happy.
Oh, it makes me really happy too, dude. I'm very excited to come back there, and like I said, we're. If we can, man, we'll try to make some fucking keychains or something that has 6-string crossover in New York on it or something. If we can do that kind of stuff. And like I said, this last year's been so weird. And then I died at the end of it, which wasn't ideal. And I'm back to that.
Right.
Like legit. As bad as it sounds, it was really, really, really bad. And I'm just excited to be back on the road, man. Just to be playing in front of people and just becoming friends with people around the country, man. And it means a lot. It does. And like I said, even talking over this phone, like I would have zero problem after this conversation with you staying at my house because I trust people and I'm a good person. And all my guys that are around are good people as well. And just looking forward to it, brother. I'm looking forward to be playing in front of all y'all for sure.
Well, sweet, man. I can't wait either. Thanks so much for doing this, guys. And I'm going to wrap this up. And I guess I'm just going to, kind of hope that the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months passes really fucking fast.
Yeah.
Oh, it will for sure.
Yeah. The world's opening back up. We're good. We're on our way. We're going to kick some ass when we get there.
All right, buddies. Well, hey, man, thanks so much. And I'll catch you guys. Maybe we'll do this again in a few months or something and go from there.
Yeah, if we can, let's schedule one more, right? Like the month prior or like a couple weeks prior to when we're coming up there. We'll do that for sure, brother. Anything's better than nothing, brother.
All right, man. Thanks so much, guys.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you
later. See ya.
shade. Fun women got whiskey, got evil ways. The dad left town but the acid stayed. And I was way too young to be tripping for days. Shoulder tapping underage in some shady alleyways. It was $9.99 for an old style case. Throw an extra $5 for the guy that paid. Now this lifestyle is hard to maintain, but I'll dry out when I'm in the grave. Won't find me working my life away. We're locked down 24 hours a day. Over 30 times just call my phone. If you're still at that bar, don't bother coming home. Looks like I'm staying on the road, 'cause I'm doing it again. Say when I feel like saying when. And all my friends are assholes, so hell I fit right in. To build a hill you gotta dig a hole. Yeah, this mountain is taking its toll. This crooked path has become a road, and every time I get ahead, I'm doing it again. I was best man at his first funeral, but his wife said we can't kick it no more, 'cause my tendencies always seem to lead to some blackouts and apologies, fist fights and DUIs, charges, convictions, and court fines. Too many arrests and pregnancy tests. You ain't who I'm supposed to be waking up with. You can pick a god and take 12 steps to fall off a flat earth. Shit, my habits get me through everything, married for better or worse. So I'm gonna need the drink that you're pouring for me, as good and as painful as life can be. 'Cause I'm doing it again. Say when I feel like saying when. And all my friends are assholes, so hell I fit right in. To build a hill you gotta dig a hole. Yeah, this mountain is taking its toll. This crooked path has become a road, and every time I get ahead, I'm doing it again. My bed's been as full as my cup since she moved out. Some taste like a shot of Malort, some are smoother going down. When I was a kid, I was an asshole, but some people grow up as they grow old. Except a few dicks from my high school, they're still living a dream, you on a Doyle roll. So many people got so much to say, you think they have better shit to do these days, just like I do, standing here up on the stage, singing and drinking and beating down this old guitar. Fucking 6-string has taken me this far, live loving the high life, playing bar to bar. Ain't even too crazy about making a buck, we're just glad to have a following that gives a fuck. So we couldn't put the shit in a country song, but we're gonna put a shit where it don't belong. We can afford a few more to hate on us. I'm doing it again. Say when I feel like saying when. And all my friends are assholes, so hell I fit right in. To build a hill you gotta dig a hole. Yeah, this mountain is taking its toll.